Oh boy, isn't this kind of ironic? The Taliban is banning PUBG for being too violent. The Taliban is. Yes, the Taliban. The Taliban is banning PUBG for being too violent. The Taliban, we should call it, is the Taliban is banning PUBG. The Afghan government officials accuse the app of immorality and misleading the youth. Oh, is it now? Is it now? Let's read more of this article. The Taliban has announced that a much discussed ban on PUBG battlegrounds for. Do you have to say it like that? Is its player unknown battlegrounds? That's just a weird way of writing it. For promoting violence and misleading youth. Will take effect in Afghanistan within 3 months. So get those chicken dinners out now, I guess. Kama, ka, 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 Kama Press or something. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Reports the decision was announced following a recent meeting between Afghan's Ministry of Telecommunications, a Shura law enforcement official, and security representatives. I imagine PUBG isn't the only one on the chopping block. Probably going to be all of those video games. You know, although it's funny that it's for violence. The Taliban actually ordered this PUBG ban back in April this year, but the details and timeline of its implementation have only just been worked out and announced. Afghan telecommunication companies and the internet service providers have 90 days to put the ban into action. The ban is focused on PUBG's mobile version. It will also affect TikTok, which companies will have 1 month to block. Now, I don't like TikTok, but I don't think that should be banned either. I think people should have a right to make themselves look like an ass on the internet. And we can already do it with YouTube. I guess the only difference is TikTok is taking your information and giving it to Xi Jinping. PUBG has been singled out for its violent content, but both apps are charged with misleading the younger generation and wasting people's time. That's such a weird way of banning for banning things. Wasting people's time. I guess I can't argue with that last one. I guess not. I guess you can argue with that last one. But still, it's just funny that the Taliban is banning a game for violence. Pretty sure the Taliban has done a lot more violent things. You know, I'll get to my rant at the end of the article. You know, I gotta get that view time up. PUBG has been a runaway success in Afghanistan. At the beginning of 2021, the game was swallowing up big chunks of the country's mobile internet traffic. At peak times, when it was attracting somewhere in the vicinity of 100,000 Afghan players at once. It has been the source of national morale panic for about the same length of time. Still, given its popularity, you can't help but wonder if some enterprise soul will give the game a makeover and a new version for the Afghan market, much like the patriotic version of PUBG got in China. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that happening. It's very possible they could just make their own version. Millie, get away from there. Come on. You know, unplug that plug and then I'm going to be upset. And I can't be upset at you. Millie, no, don't walk that way. Oh, this dog is wild. She knows she's leaving soon, so she's being extra wacky. I don't know the word. No, Millie. The ban is part of a rolling tide of repression that the Taliban has implemented since returning to power in Afghanistan in August last year. Yep. That was a great idea. Just pull out like that, I might add. Although, I can't get that personal. The group has also banned over 23 million websites for immoral content. Of course, as Kama Press originally point out, Afghan internet users can get their hands on VPNs without much hassle. If the Taliban really wants to cleanse the scourge of PUBG from Afghanistan, it's probably going to have to try harder. Uh, it's it's so funny. The Taliban is banning PUBG. You know, just what what what. I'm trying to find words for it. It is the Taliban committed war crime. I mean, let's face it, the U.S. has also committed war crimes, but the Taliban has committed some awful, awful war crimes by targeting civilians, including killing teachers, abducting aid workers, and burning school buildings. This is from Amnesty International. They said that 756 civilians were killed in 2006 from the Taliban road bombs or suicide bombers. Yes, the people that suicide bomb get to decide what the public gets to see, and this is the new normal for Afghanistan. Well, they're back to the old normal. Afghanistan is fucked. Now, at least VPNs currently are something that's available so Afghan citizens can still access these apps and play them. But I really don't see the Taliban letting this go on for much longer. As the Taliban is basically anti-freedom. Uh, they want to take away women's rights. Pretty sure they already have. I'm pretty sure women's rights are right out the window. I imagine they're oppressing much more than women. They're definitely oppressing the gamers. That's horrible. Um, but yeah, essentially, the essentially Afghanistan is not going to be. I mean, I don't think it's been a bastion for freedom for a very long time, but it definitely won't be for the foreseeable future. Is it's PUBG, but they're not gonna just ban PUBG and TikTok. That's another thing to ban. TikTok, a social media platform, a platform that promotes different ideas. I don't like TikTok all that much because a lot of those different ideas are women whoring themselves out. I know that's ironic for me to say, but there's good stuff on TikTok as well. There's people of every culture presenting their own ideas. It's the same on YouTube. Uh, and that whole thing about women whoring themselves out, they can do that. They have the freedom to do that on TikTok. Or maybe it's not TikTok. I don't know. It definitely. I watched a Flash Gets video the other day, and now my idea of TikTok is warped. Um, yeah. So I have a feeling it's just the beginning. I feel like Afghanistan will do more, and yeah, we're probably not going to see a lot of games available in Afghan for much longer, especially shooters. Unless it's some state funded shooter, it's not going to be available. Maybe the Taliban will make their own version of PUBG, or maybe it's just not going to be a thing. Maybe video games are just going to be outright banned. I mean, it seems like China's going that way. They called it spiritual opium. Yeah, the Taliban just might say it's against God. But yeah, that's the religious state for you. So glad we don't have religion in our government, or at least we're trying not to. But yeah, I'm rambling on now. I'm just gonna end it here. Uh, Thank you for watching. Like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. I'm gonna go definitely not play PUBG. I hate PUBG. That game fucking sucks. But yeah, good night.